Hey everybody, Justin here with From Zero to Studio, and today we're back with week 2 of our creative vocal effects series. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create reverse reverb effects for your vocals. This mysterious sounding vocal swell, it sounds pretty awesome and it's not super difficult to make, so let's dive in and master the art of reverse reverb. So if you're in Cubase, I'm going to show you a really easy way to create the reverse reverb effect. And if you're not in Cubase, most DAWs will have a similar feature. However, in the case that you're not able to do this in your recording software, I'm also going to show you an alternative route that'll achieve the same end result with just a couple extra steps. Let's listen to a part of this vocal.
The message is out that you're coming alive. They'll try to stop you again. That's why they say you've got to take all control, but don't break down and fall.
So right at the start of that big phrase here where it says take all control, I want to do a reverse swell on that word take and swell up into that. And so what we're going to do here is we're going to cut just that word. And we'll cut here. And we're going to bounce this. So you can go up to audio and then go down to bounce selection and replace. And again, if you're in a different DAW, there's going to be another way to do this. Your menu options might be different, but there's still a way to bounce a small section of your part. And the reason we're bouncing this section is so that we're only affecting this individual part and not the entire track. So now that that's bounced, we're going to go up to audio and we're going to go down to processes. And we're going to reverse this. Let's take a listen to just that part reversed. So obviously that's way out of place there, but we're not done yet. So after we reverse that, we're going to go up to the audio menu again, and we're going to go down to plugins. Down in plugins, we want to open reverb, and I'm just going to open the stock Cubase reverb. And you're going to want kind of a longer reverb time, maybe 2.5, 3 seconds, somewhere around there. Somewhere between 40 to 50% mix on the wetness of the reverb. And I have this set to auto apply, so it's automatically applied it. If you look at the track here, you can see that long reverb tail. If I go ahead and undo this, you'll see it goes back to the normal track, and then I will redo, and you can see the reverb on there. So let's close this little window, and let's hear that with that reverb tail.
You again. You again.
So now you can hear that reverb tail coming off of the start of the word. And that's how we want to get that here. Some other people like to put the reverb across the normal word without reversing it first. And the issue with that is the part you're going to use for the reverse reverb is from the second half of the word. So it's not going to sound as smooth as it swells in. So now that we have the reverb printed onto that track, let's go back up to the audio menu again. And we're going to go down to processes and reverse. So now you'll see we have the normal vocal track here. And then you see the reverb tail start to swell in up into the word. And we're not going to have any reverb after that word. So let's play that vocal soloed.
You again. Take all control, but don't break down and fall.
And let's hear that in the mix.
The message is out that you're coming alive. They'll try to stop you again. That's why they say you got to take all control, but don't break down.
Here it is before.
Stop you again. That's why they say you've got to take all control, but don't break.
And here it is after.
They'll try to stop you again. That's why they say you've got to take all control, but don't break down and fall.
So definitely a cool effect. And you can do this on different parts of the song. There's another part up over here that I think would fit well for it in the chorus.
Rise up like a machine. Rise up, start to believe.
So let's do that on that second rise right there. Let's go ahead and cut this here. And right about there. We're going to bounce it. And I'm going to go up to audio again, processes, and we're going to reverse it. Audio, plugins, reverb. And it's already applied on there. And we'll go to audio, processes one more time, and reverse it back in place.
Rise up like a machine. Rise up, start to believe. Rise up like a machine.
Now, if for whatever reason you're not able to commit to direct processing right on the track in whatever DAW you're using, here's another way you can do this. First, we're going to duplicate this vocal track, and then we're going to cut out everything except for that single word that we want. I'm also again going to bounce this, so that way we're not going to affect anything in the original vocal track. Now that that's bounced, we're going to go up to Audio and Processes and Reverse. And now, rather than printing the reverb directly into the track, we're going to add this as a plugin. And we'll do 2.5 seconds, just like the last time. And that mix is still at 40% wet, so that's good. Let's take a listen to just that part. I'm also going to turn off the delay and reverb effects that we had from our sends. That's better. That way we're only getting the reverb from the track and the plugin. So now that we have that reverb plugin on there, we're going to export this out of our DAW and then re-import the track into here. So you'll see I have my left and right locator set at 4 measures. That's plenty of time to let that reverb tail fade out without anything getting cut off. So I'm going to go up to File, down to Export and Audio Mixdown. And we have Reverse Reverb. We'll keep this at the same sample rate and bit depth that I'm using, which is 88.2 and 24-bit. But rather than interleaved, we're going to do a mono mix down here, since it says a mono vocal track. And export audio. You'll notice that I did export this with my entire plugin chain on there, so when I re-import it, we're going to turn those plugins off. However, if you wanted to still adjust your plugins after the fact, you could turn everything off on here except for that reverb track, and then just import that back in as the raw, unaffected track. So let's go ahead and import that track back into Cubase. We'll go to Import, Audio File, and there we go. So let's turn off these plugins. That includes all the processing with the reverb, and let's listen to that track on its own. So it's still reversed. It's still got all the reverb on it. Let's go ahead and reverse it again so it's back in the original order. Processes and Reverse. And let's take a listen to that. Perfect. So last thing to do here is to align this with the original take. And if we look right here, we can see that is aligning there. But we don't need that actual take word because we have that coming from the original vocal track. So what we can do is cut that right on the downbeat. Put a little fade out there just to kind of match the way that the word swells in. And let's take a listen to that. And with the lead vocal.
Take all control, but don't break down and fall.
And let's hear that back in the mix.
They'll try to stop you again. That's what they say you got to take all control, but don't break down and fall.
So the great thing actually about doing it this way is that you still have the freedom and flexibility to further adjust that reverse reverb swell track. You can adjust the volume just by simply moving the fader. You can add other processing and plugins on it if you want, and you can really just treat it as its own track. Let's hear that one more time.
The message is out that you're coming alive. They'll try to stop you again. That's why they say you got to take all control, but don't break down and fall.
Definitely a cool effect. So that's how you can create reverse reverb effects on your vocals. And we've still got 3 more weeks of creative vocal effects coming your way in this series, so be sure to stay tuned for those. And also, as you're working on improving your recording and mixing skills, if you want a guide that'll walk you through every step of the process from songwriting and recording up through mixing and mastering, you can download the roadmap to a radio-ready song. This guide covers the 5 steps required to take your song from sounding like a demo to sounding pro, and you can download it absolutely free as my gift to you by going to FromZeroToStudio.com/roadmap or by clicking the link below in the description, and you can start improving how you're creating and capturing your music. That's all I've got for you today. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing. I'll see you on another video soon.